Look how thin it actually is. It's like cracked and it's just super wobbly. It's super thin, like paper thin. We got the whole truck basically all done and sanded, and now it's ready for some primer. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we're getting back to work on our 1998 Toyota Tacoma right behind me. In the last video, if you saw, that we completely just took off this whole bedside here, and that's because it was completely damaged. We already tried to repair it. We were going to actually repair it, but then we just decided to just replace the whole bedside. So we chopped that off. And that's because we already got a parts one from our actual parts truck, which was super handy, but it's actually not quite perfect. So we do have to do a little bit of work, including actually doing a little splice bit in here because there was a little bit of rust right above the wheel well, even including a little rust hole straight through. So we'll just have to splice that in, and that's actually why we left a little red strip right above the wheel well right here. We can just splice that in. Should be pretty easy. The next little rust spot is actually this corner right here. We'll definitely have to splice a piece in there. But for the rest of it, it's actually really good shape. But we can't quite start working on the repairs just yet.
Yeah, that's because the panel is chopped off the parts truck and all the inner structure is still all attached. So we have to trim off all the inner pieces in the inner structure because all we want to actually pull off of there is the outer skin.
So that's what we're going to start off doing, is just trimming this thing up to get it ready. So let's get to it. All right guys, we got the whole outer skin all ready to go. That inner definitely took a long time to get out, a bit longer than we thought. That was about an hour and a half worth of work because it has a really actually good quality spray and bed liner in our parts truck, and that took a long time to get that bed liner stuff off to get at those spot welds. But we finally got them off, and actually the spot welds came out really nice and easy. Just popped that thing right out. So now we can finally get on to actually repairing all the rust on this one. Right here is the main spot here. Look how thin it actually is. It's like cracked and it's just super wobbly. It's super thin, like paper thin. But we're actually first gonna start on this little corner here that's also rusted away.
Yeah, I think the best way to do it is just to take a straight line and just cut it right through here, and then take the piece off the other bedside right over there, and then we'll just splice that in.
So that's what we're gonna start off with. Let's get to it.
inside is where our garden grows. And honestly, this life moves like a daydream, caught between all the way it goes, ain't always the way it seems. So lovely, cut right through all the ugly feelings face, 'cause the way they are ain't always the way we should be. And honestly, this life moves like a daydream, caught between all the way it goes, ain't always the way it seems. So lovely, cut right through all the ugly feelings face, 'cause the way they are ain't always the way we should be. Man, where can I get some humanity around here? Have you checked dial 3? They're selling dreams with reality. It's on sale, buy one get one free. 'Cause I really like the way you tend to say it's easier to fall apart and do as they please. 'Cause even in a fiery blaze, familiar faces occupy the space of truth and hope and empathy. And honestly, this life moves like a daydream, caught between now the way it goes ain't always the way it seems. Lovely, cut right through all the ugly feelings face, 'cause the way they are ain't always the way we should be. And honestly, this life moves like a daydream, caught between now the way it goes ain't always the way it seems. Lovely, cut right through all the ugly.
All right, guys, look at this. We got the whole box light all tacked in place. And before we get carried away with welding the whole thing on, look at these amazing patches my dad did. They actually turned out a lot better than even my dad was expecting. These butt welds on all these little rust spots here turned out really nice, and it's just took the shape of the box side really good. And it should be really easy to just body filler that later on. But for now, we're just gonna finish all the welds we have to do, because we have to do a lot of more spot welds on there. And then we're gonna grind it all off and make it look real nice and pretty, getting it ready for the body filler in the end. So let's continue welding.
You in the backyard of your old farm in the summer. Stayed there for 3 weeks, where we learned to love each other. Wrote you letters, sent a message to the goddamn. Skip to the present, haven't been so happy ever. Sitting in your room, working on my first record. Skip to the present, and I still haven't released it. But it's okay, 'cause the new songs are way better. That's what it feels like, haven't been so happy ever.
Hey Luke, how's it going, man? I just wanted to check in with you and see how things are going on your side. Yeah, I really think I'm gonna marry this girl. Seems like it's for real this time.
Watching you sit there with our best friends at the
Take a look at this, guys. We got both sides of the bed now all sanded down, and now it's looking nice and it's ready for some body filler. We're actually going to be putting on 3 different layers of body filler, starting off with this fiberglass mini fiber body filler, some nice high strength stuff for the first layer. Second layer is going to be this gold yellow body filler. That's just normal body filler. And then for the final finish, we're going to be putting on this icing glazing putty that will give us that perfect finish. Then we're going to sand that all off, and then it's basically going to be ready for some primer, which is awesome. So let's get to filling.
Under the heat, I'm half awake. I've been hung up on yesterdays. Woke up at noon, I'm in a daze. We'll keep on pushing anyways. I don't know where I'm going. 2 days, one big commotion. I'm being carried by the wake. So hold me like an ocean. I need your soothing motion. Please help me take the pain away. Yeah. No way to change our yesterday. No way to change our yesterday. Stayed in but felt so far away. Last night was one big holiday. Cool winds on me out by the shade. Put my weekend on layaway. I don't know where I'm going. 2 days, one big commotion. I'm being carried by the wake. So hold me like an ocean. I need your soothing motion. Please help me take the pain away. Yeah. No way to change our yesterday. No way to change our yesterday.
All right, guys, take a look at this. We got the whole truck basically all done and sanded, and now it's ready for some primer. We're going to be priming this truck properly, and my dad, who's the auto body man, is going to explain how we're going to do that.
Yeah, the first thing that we want to do is seal up all that bare metal that we got everywhere. Like all the areas it's all shiny there. And we're going to seal it with an epoxy primer. That's the best thing to use. It stops it from flash rusting. Then the next layer is going to be an actual high build or a surfacer primer. And that fills in all our bodywork that we've done, like all the putty and the body filler areas. And it fills in the scratches and the pores in the body filler. And that actually gets sanded down with a fine sandpaper at the very end. That gives us the final surface that we actually put the paint on.
Okay, nice.
So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a procedure, but it's the best way to do it.
Yeah, and then we'll get the perfect finish for our paint so it can be laid down real nice. But before we can actually start priming it, of course, we gotta mask off all the areas we don't want primer on. And that's gonna be a big portion of this truck because there's a lot of areas like the windows and everything that needs to get masked off. So let's get to masking. Here you have it, guys. The whole truck is all primed and now it is looking amazing. Definitely way better than seeing all the mismatched colors of the body filler and all that stuff. And now it's looking awesome. It's kind of looking like an army truck because the color of this primer was an olive green, army green kind of a color, which is awesome, honestly. But this is a huge achievement having it all primed because the next major step is going to be painting the whole truck with that beautiful red. And me personally, I can't wait to see this truck completely painted with a brand new paint job so that we can finally get putting it all back together and wrapping it up. And the next video, guys, we'll see is of us doing that exact paint job, but we won't be able to do it for a bit because we are waiting for a spot for my dad to actually paint it at his shop because he is kind of busy, so it might be a bit. So subscribe and stay notified for when we can actually do the paint job, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we're getting back to work.